Let's see if anybody shows up. Somebody actually showed up. How nice. Anyway, just bought this ship. It's a nice ship. I still got a lot of things to do. I guess only about 20,000 to get through. I got plenty of money. Got up to like 52,000, but whenever you buy a new ship in the upper tiers, it just costs a ton of money. It's no fun. I wonder if there's any feedback. Let's turn that down a little bit. How's everybody doing tonight? Boy, I got a bunch of Lunar Warrior. What a funky looking camouflage. Move that over a bit. I'm thinking about the Russian ships. They're brawlers, but they're close-up secondary. Sucks. Well, only what, 5.3? I did have a burger this afternoon. It was called it's called the Roadhouse Burger, but it's essentially a smash burger with white onions, American cheese, pickles, and mustard, double patty. It was quite tasty. Nothing, really truly spectacular, but I enjoyed it immensely, like any good burger should. Yeah, we'll do one of the rare flags. Gotta clear my throat, excuse me. I have beer. It's a bad thing in that okay, summer's like bittersweet for me, because after like June 21st, when everything gets darker, sooner after that, kind of go into a kind of a little bit of a funk. But the only thing it like brings me up is college football is coming, and we have absolutely no idea what's going to be happening there. And another kind of slap to the head is end of July, we're starting to see Oktoberfest style beers, which one of my favorite beer types. But I know that summer is closing. I'm such a stinking pessimist, it's not even funny. Yeah, Helms, I hope it is too. I think it will be, but boy, it really depends on testing and how many kids come down with COVID after games. It's gonna be grim. Maxius, hello. Wow, 9 people. That's like a record. You poor people. I don't know why you're abusing yourself in such a manner. All right. Well, anyway, new battleship. It's kind of beefy. Bad range. But yeah. Question. I love football fall seasons, but it seems like the year has flown by, which is, yeah. We thought that March and April were like 6 years in and among themselves, but I found that they went by really, really fast, and the summer's gone by fast. And yeah, I am not ready for winter, just because winter here lasted until second half of May. I gotta let my dog in real quick. Oddly enough, the last several days have been very cold. Well, relatively cold. I mean, getting down to the 50s and rain, and who would have thought? It's the middle of July, end of July. Helms, I did remote IT for what, March and April, and then we started filtering back into the office. But yeah, we were kind of set up for remote stuff before, and really effectively. And so, you know, kudos to my boss who had the foresight to really do a lot of that stuff. So yeah, way to go, Sam. He's probably not watching this, and it's a good thing he's not, because this is boring. All right, let's go blow some stuff up. Look at all those battleships and aircraft carriers. What?
The struts. Yeah, that's where you grease, right?
Yeah?
Every time you grease, it fixes it temporarily.
Yeah.
But it's the struts when I was greasing.
Anyway, streaming. Well, hey! It's a living. A child decided that he has fixed everything. All the things, including struts. Anyway, yeah, he got a new truck. Well, new to him is a 2005 Ford F-150 with like 191,000 miles, but it was like pristine, and was kept in a garage in Nevada. At least that's what they tell us. Throwing out some pleasantries and let them know what I'm doing. Covering east. I'm pretty sure that nobody who is in this game is watching the stream. It's a slow ship. Yeah, sadly it's a lifted truck, and he thinks that, you know, fixing the struts, replacing those, would stop the squeaks. But it's lifted, and it's just gonna wear out, and it's gonna be money. I hate money, but anyway, it's gonna be his own, so what can you do? Who's out there? Odin? Oh, I haven't really figured out the Odin yet. Yes, button pusher. I had a burger. It was a version of the smash burger. They call it the Roadhouse. Oh man, I don't know if I want to go in. Look, Minotaurs out there, but we've only got one DD. Yeah, I wished I had more money too, but hey, you know, Wyoming lottery up to almost $1 million, and I've got tickets, so keep those fingers crossed. I doubt it's gonna be anything good and exciting. Oh, my wife's up. Oh, good. I didn't get killed yet. Yeah. Wife. She's bad news. All wives are. Ooh, where's this guy at? Let's... I don't think I'm going to get him, but boy, it'd be nice if I could. Because Smolensk is... awful. Awful creature. Oh, Lista. Now, if I can land a couple on him. Please, reload. Reload, please. Reload. I doubt that's gonna hit him. Nope, he was slowing down too much. Gosh dang it. So anyway, you may not have known this, but AMD released their quarterly results. Oh, I better go this way. And they were good. And yeah, they made $1.93 billion, which for Q2, that's a record for Q2. Q2 is usually one of the slowest quarters that companies have, and especially AMD historically. Oh, I gotta get that small lens. Where's it going? Is he turning? Is he turning? That's a wing and a prayer. Missed him. They had strong Zen. They're mobile. It's extremely strong. The 4000 series is doing very, very, very well, and that's kind of expected, because their parts are just really good on 7 nanometer. I'm gonna have to turn around here soon. As soon as because that's gonna be grim. Yeah, the 4000 series for mobile, doing well. Lots of people ordering those. Desktop is an interesting thing. Oops, let's get and I don't have. Yeah, I do have. Cool. He's getting smoked. I'll take it. Still, why you gotta drop bombs on me, dude? Amalfi. Oh, do I have it? Do I have it? Do I have it? This guy keeps coming back for more. What's wrong with you, dude? One hit on him. Friedrich. But yeah, the 4000 series. It's AMD's selling quite a few of them. And you can tell because they're OEM only right now with the desktop version. And that's kind of a unique thing. Oh, wow, hit to set it up. That ain't bad. Okay, Amalfi, I think that you're going to turn this way. And I'm probably going to be wrong. Yeah, I'm so totally... Nope. Oh, turn more, dude. Anyway. Yeah, that has not really happened in a very long time. That AMD has had to limit not so much production, but rather availability of certain chips. And I mean, 7 nanometer TSMC is it's constrained. I mean, you got to kind of think of where they're sitting. Apple, Qualcomm, Huawei is no longer gonna be taking up wafer starts from TSMC, but that's not to say that they don't have stuff in the pipeline. And it takes about 24 weeks from start to finish to start a wafer, and that's kind of crazy in many ways. But that's just, oh man, oh there he is, Smolensk. Maybe I got it, maybe I don't, probably not. Oh, yes. Oh, I hate Smolensk. But anyway. Yeah, 7 nanometers constrained. And AMD can only get so many wafer orders because they've got NVIDIA, Qualcomm, all those guys. Just, I mean, they're begging for space. And starts, and so they're doing the best they can. And it's unlike Gosh dang it. Come on. Why don't you go where I can hit you, dude? Unlike... Where was I going with my train of thought? Unlike the desktop stuff, the usual Ryzen, they're not chiplets with the 4000 series. Is that the sweet spot? Yeah, it's pretty good. And so, yeah, I mean, they're much larger ships altogether, which is kind of a bummer than the chiplets that is usually done. Am I gonna get him? Am I gonna get him? Probably not. Okay, maybe. No. Damn it. Wasted all that. Why are my dogs barking? Oh wow, Barack's here. Like Bush. So anyway, yeah, Intel still had a good... I mean, you can't say that they haven't done well, because they most certainly have. That was not good a shot. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I mean, they had... Oof. That was good. They had something like, what, 5 billion in net income. I mean, that's just... That's 2.5 times what AMD usually has. For just the gross revenue. So it's kind of a... You know, it's a bit of a wake-up call to think that... You know, Intel is still a huge company. And they make a lot of money. But AMD had 1.93 billion units. It was one of their best... It is their best Q2, sorry, ever. And they're expecting 2.55 billion in Q3, this coming up. And that's, you know, a combination of epic, desktop, really super strong. I mean, record-setting mobile for AMD. And, boy, I can start shooting this guy. Yeah, it's just nuts. It's good stuff for AMD. I wonder if I can beat these torps. This might not be good. Should I do it? Should I do it? No, I'm gonna eat them all. That's not very smart. But, you know, what's life without a little bit of, what Benjamin Franklin say? Taste death, live life. Yeah. Analysts expected in this one about 1.86 billion. And we all know that that's not the case. It was significantly higher. Oh man, everybody's stealing my kills. So yeah, I would expect 2.4 to 2.5 billion, honestly. But we don't know the kind of ramp that they're having for the consoles. I mean, it's kind of impressive what they're doing there. And that's so much good money for AMD. Am I gonna get him? No. Yeah, Intel is in a bad spot. 10 nanometer is... I mean, they really did seem to be way too aggressive with density. And that was one thing that, you know, Intel's always kind of been proud of. Hey, we've got, you know, great density. And they do. They're aggressive with that, and why didn't I lead him more? That works. And every time I always hear density, I think of Young Frankenstein. Destiny, destiny, no escaping, that's for me. yeah, for being behind for a long time, we did okay. And that's over. Did they, button pusher? I didn't know that. Even Sony ditched the proprietary software and dev toolkits and went with PC game development methods, and that would be good because I'll tell you, PS1 and PS2 were not fun to develop for. I mean, not fun at all. Even into PS3 times, it was grim. Carmack would talk about it and others, and Carmack kind of liked it because that's just Carmack, but everybody else, it's like, okay, we're kind of amateurs here. We like building games, but we're not, really super hardcore type programmers. And I mean, they have hardcore programmers on their employment, but it's just a lot of work for that old stuff, and it was not fun. And Microsoft came out with the Xbox, and are like, hey, here are all these tools, and it was all good stuff. Yeah, PS3 was bad because there was not enough interchip and memory kind of bandwidth for them to use more than like 2 of those SP units. And or was that PS2? I think it was PS3. I can't remember. It's all been way too long. And so that was another challenge. I mean, they had this big, PowerPC processor, and it just it was so limited in many ways. Yeah, it was sell. PS3 was bad news. But they've grown. They've figured out that, we got to make things easier because there are so many other titles out there. Good stuff, but I mean, there's creative people, but not everybody is a really heavy-duty programmer that can develop stuff adequately, and their tools were not good. So, yeah, it was nice. But anyway, back to AMD. Yeah, they're still 7 nanometer. I think is they're getting as much as they can, and they're selling as much as they can. Now, I think the 3600 is probably the best selling of the processor. It's usually around 150 to 180. 6 cores, 12 threads, reasonable boost clocks. I like the 3600X. Now that the XT has come out, that one's coming down a little bit. I mean, you can get it for like $209 on sale. I think you can do it right now, and that's a great processor for the price. I think 3600 XT is too expensive for what you get, especially when you consider a 3700 XT is only a $20 more than that. All right, let's see how everybody did. I was number 2. You're number 2. If only I could have done a little bit better. But no, Odin, tier 8, got top spot. That's okay. I'm a 9, and I beat 10, so. Woohoo. Yeah, new console from both. Well, we'll do Brack's question first. When does CPU shrinkage stop? 4 nanometer? That's a good question. There are plans for 3 nanometer stuff, but they call it 3 nanometer. But feature size has very little to do with what they call things anymore. I mean, they kind of got blown away around 45 nanometer to 32 nanometer, and stuff under that, just there's nothing that really compared to physically what they were talking about, but they just named it that way. I mean, they just kept improving density and improved transistor efficiency. They haven't done a whole lot for switching performance because we haven't seen any real huge jumps. But still, when you've got a 12 billion transistor CPU running at 5 gigahertz, I mean, what more do you really need? I mean, happily excess is never enough. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, they're building out things wider and wider, and we got more threads, and OSs and applications are more adequately being developed for this type of architecture. and AMD's going crazy. I mean, their top end EPYC is what, a 64 core, 128 thread, and we compare that to Intel's top end, which is it's a dual chip 56 core 112 thread. But where AMD is hitting 250 to 280 watts TDP, this is like a 400 watt part from Intel. It's just ludicrous how much better a spot AMD is due to them being able to utilize TSMC. So it's a good deal. Look at those credits. That's the big one, because I want the new hull that gives me more AA and better survivability and a better turn radius. Cough. I've got a premium account for only like what, 14 more days, 11 days. I don't know if I'm gonna renew, but what can you do? Hey, container. Let's see what we got. We almost got 2. Yeah, the thing that I'm really kind of looking forward to with the next gen consoles is, I mean, not only is it improved graphics and graphics performance, but the CPU is so much better. I mean, those Jaguar cores, they did the job, but they were, I mean, those things are 10 years old now. It's just, you know, I mean, they got them up to, what, 2.1 gigahertz at the max. And you had 8 of them in there, which was nice, but now you've got Zen 2 cores running at 3.6 gigahertz, if not above, in certain things. And I mean, you're just, not only have you increased the thread count, but the IPC is so much better. And yeah, it's, I mean, the consoles have kind of become the home entertainment center. I know I've personally used those myself as that way. Wait, it says I got another container? Huh. Well, never mind. But yeah, we stream all of our stuff on there, whether it's, you know, Hulu or Netflix or Amazon. Cole's good. And also it's good. It's a 4K HDR Blu-ray player. And then my kid's out there playing Red Dead Redemption on it right now. I mean, it just does everything well, which is nice. Let's see what our friends at the kill say. Oh, it's clan battle. Never mind. Hopefully they leave me alone. They don't want to stream that stuff. Anyway, do I think that NVIDIA will purchase ARM? There's a lot of hurdles in the way to doing that, and a lot of ARM's partners are saying, hey, if this is going to happen, there's going to need to be agreements in place that NVIDIA will continue to sell licenses to us. And, you know, it would be great for NVIDIA overall to get a hold of ARM, but they have to be very, very, very careful, because, you know, it's NVIDIA likes to sell chips a lot. That's what they do. And they're bigger into the ARM area with you know, their Shield TV stuff, and their automotive relies on it obviously heavily. They have an ISA license agreement with ARM and architecture. That costs a lot of money. I don't know if they're really making up for it, but they've got it. The Denver cores are now in like the 3rd generation. I can't remember what they're called now. Something, but I don't have Google open. Should I spend some of my sweet, precious free XP to get up to 64? Fine. How much is 6.9 million? What are they are? I think I made them money. I just went down to 52, from 52 million to 24 in like no time at all. This is bullshit stuff. Anyhow, gonna need to get more speed flags soon. And some camo. Yeah, Netflix sells a lot of consoles. I mean, just able to hook that up to your TV. You don't have to have a PC on there. You know, Roku's and the built-in wireless stuff for TVs are okay, but I've had issues streaming with them. And plus the ability to install all kinds of different apps on your Xbox. I mean, like, the wife and I are watching, what is that? The Alienist on TNT, and TNT makes an Xbox app, and it runs really, really, really good. And so we've got an Xbox One S that has the 4K Blu-ray, and it's got all the memory and all the, you know, faster CPU and graphics, and it's just, you know, 1 terabyte hard drive. It's a PC that is really focused on what it does really well, and so it's a fantastic piece of equipment for what it costs and what we're able to do. We used to have an Xbox 360, and then it died. Those things were rather fragile, if you catch my drift. All right, let's go on for the next one. Geez, button, buying your kids all kinds of stuff, 32-inch HD TVs and consoles. Of course, you know, give them a pair of headphones, put them in your room. I'm sure nothing wrong could happen. They would never. Well, I mean, there's probably what, parental controls. Who the heck knows? I don't know. These are things that I've never. Yeah, I agree. Xboxes should be crazy durable in comparison now, because looking at the schematics of the new builds, they look so much better than the old 360. I've only had one Xbox One, the current Xbox One S that I've got, and that's really well built. I've been really impressed by that. It's been a fantastic performance, but pretty quiet. But yeah, I think the new, you know, kind of tower looking one, they've got that build down pat. So we're not going to see the red ring of death that the old 360 had, because those were extremely cheaply made. And yeah, it was you know, yeah, they had the cell processors along with the ATI, and it just was not great. Yeah, 2700X is still a great CPU, and the 1080 Ti, that everybody loves that. It performs well, just not in RTX stuff. And I mean, how much is RTX out there? Not a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, console players are gonna get 4K 60 frames per second now. It's been it's amazing. It's amazing what's been going on. I mean, technology just constantly improves. Evolution of both biologically and materially. We just, you know, what's the purpose in life? Make new shit better. What this guy gonna do? Edgier, why you gotta cut in front of me? I can't. Let's honk at him. Excuse me. Let's support our Kitakaze. Let us. Yeah, Maxius really likes Intel. If you can You can tell. 2080 Ti, you can barely even get a hold of one anymore. Nvidia has cut production dramatically on that. All in, wait for the 3000 series. And that's going to be what, September? I'm looking forward. Oh, damn. Come on, man. Come on, Alaska. Shoot at something. Shoot at me. You know you want to. 2080 Ti was still very fast. Holy cow. I had a chance to kind of test one of those for a while. I missed everything. Alaska, you're rude, cruel, and unusual. Good thing I got armor. But Argier is being a Dumal back there when he's a cruiser and trying to support anyway. Yeah, Intel's in bad shape. But how bad a shape can you be if you're making $5 billion a quarter? That's one thing that. Ooh, hey. You gotta shoot at the DDs when you can. And I did some pretty good damage to them. Gotta get moving. Bye-bye, Wallet Warrior. Now is the time for us to turn around and get out of Dodge. Yeah, that's correct. I mean, it's like, nobody got fired for buying IBM back in the day. And if you really think about, in the big scheme of things, how much worse are the Intel parts as compared to AMD? In reality, not very much at all. They work perfectly fine. They're of a price that is reasonable. Their performance is good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Intel. But it's just not as good as AMD. And that's kind of the long and short of it. Ooh, hey, Alaska. Maybe I can get some good angles on you. Somebody got an angle on him. Yeah, I mean, they're not hurting 14 nanometer. 14 nanometers making them plenty of money. Plenty of money. So, yeah, and it's great that AMD is where they're at. The company needed a break badly, and they got it. They is anybody gonna shoot at him, or are you just gonna make me shoot at him? And where's he going? All right, I got him. Mine. Mine. Why do I have some Japanese girl talking to me? This is wrong. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, you got to think that in the big scheme of things, Intel is not that really far behind AMD. I mean, they're still have competitive products across the board. Their mobile stuff is still very good. I mean, you cannot really. Oh, come on, man. I can't just hit your bow. I gotta get a good shot at you. You're mean. But anyway. Yeah, I'm not terribly worried about Intel. They're going to do fine for many, many, many quarters yet. They've got lots of partners. They do good things. Their software is really outstanding for what they do. Driver's good. Their enterprise stuff is... I mean, you can't fault them for any of that. But AMD's just doing better in terms of just pure hardware. Come on, man, I gotta shoot somebody. I've only got 19,000, but I do have one kill. But it was cheap. That's okay, because I'm kind of cheap anyway. Oh, this guy's gonna back into me. This is no bueno. Best part is he's opening me up for... Let's see, where are we going, Brindisi? 1 overpen. Well, somebody got him. Wasn't me. I'm not gonna even try. Cheap kills. I'm gonna go for Buffalo. Because he's got radar. And radar for DDs, for lack of a better word, is bad. And of course he turns into my... that'll work. I don't think Jim Keller had as much time to help Intel as much as he did AMD, because, you know, this was his baby was essentially Zen. And he got them away from all of the bulldozer stuff. He sold them on Zen. Oof, that hurt. Not me, but him. And that was the good long-term play for AMD. Because they just had to get rid of bulldozer. It was no good. It was really bad. Oh, great. DD. Paulo Emilio. I don't know what kind of fella that is. Those new experimental ships. He worked on a lot of high-end stuff, like really big... Ooh, hey. Oh, no, I'm probably gonna hit that rock a lot. Not a thing. Yeah, his was very, very, very high end, high level stuff for the Enterprise. I want this. Where's he going? Three overpens. That's just wrong. Well, he's gonna die. I'm unhappy with him. Do we got anything that can kill me? Nope. I mean, they could try to burn me to death, but... We having fun, Buffalo? That's actually one of my more favorite U.S. cruisers. That hurt you more than it hurt me. My ship is on fire. Come on, friend. Show me what you got. No. I can pen. your bow. So if I get head-on shots like that, it's good stuff, Maynard. These guys are about dead. 80,000 damage. Not great. Not bad. But I'm just a scrub. Well, fine. Well, just take that. But I do have the Soviet Soyuz under broadside. Guess I could repair my fire. Maybe not. That's not a great idea. But I do have heal. Bink! This guy's cruel and unusual. Damn it. Angles didn't work out and he's gonna die. And that's okay. He didn't die. Is the Ajir gonna tap him? Give him a love tap? Dude, that guy had to... Well, he did tap him in a way. What is it? Riga? Brindisi? I think they're both kind of this way. Yes, it's a Soviet BB. A unreal Soviet BB that never saw the light of day. Which is pretty much the majority of ships in World of Warships for Russians. They call it Bushin Rias. You can figure it out. Anyhow. Got some flags. I've almost got this. Oh, 2 days. 400 research points. Yeah, need more of that. Did okay. Not great. I don't like getting less than 100,000 in tier 8. That's bad. But, you know, I spotted, I protected. Did alright. Top 5. Meh. Did some serious damage to the Buffalo, but he used heal, and I just couldn't finish the deal. Habiki? I have no idea, Mir. Naval history is not my forte. However, I've learned a lot more about, you know, World War I, World War II ships. Just playing this, it's kind of interesting. They've done a tremendous amount in terms of history of naval warfare. Their models are fantastic. They do, you know, a pretty decent amount in terms of where the armor is, how thick, some of the physics of AA or you know, anti-armor and high explosives. Yes, the battleship Texas is in the game. It's a specialty ship. I've actually got one. Yeah, there were a lot of Japanese ships sunk in World War II. It was pretty grim. Where's my Texas? There it is. It's in the old red, white, and blue permanent camouflage. You can go visit this puppy. Still, it's kind of sitting outside of where? Not Corpus Christi. Not Houston. Can't remember. Anyway, but yeah, they're trying to make enough money to be able to get it out of the water. Yeah, Galveston, and because it is seriously rotting badly. I mean, the hull is in bad shape. So, yeah, dry dock would allow that thing to last pretty much forever in that climate. I mean, it's a little humid, but they can deal with that. But that's salt water. Oh, it's just killing it. Killing it. Decabris? No, I don't know that one. They haven't obviously made that available in World Warships. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of thought involved when they made that a museum ship. It's kind of sad. All right, one more battle. Yeah, it was saved. It was better than letting it go to the shipbreakers. Interesting, Wood. I didn't know that. Sure, let's use another special. Let's do more flags. Let's mount all the flags. You can, but I don't want to. Dongle knocker. You're hilarious. Alright. Let's go blow things up. I like this ship. Of course, you know, this is one of those ships where if you just turn your nose in and you only fire your front guns, you're so hard to kill unless they just set you on fire constantly. Yeah, the Wisconsin is in Norfolk, and Iowa is in Los Angeles. Missouri is in Hawaii. And where is the New Jersey? Yeah, Midway. Midway is an interesting ship. That was, you know, that was probably the most advanced CV in World War II. I mean, I barely saw any action just because it was late to the fight, but it was. I think it still was there a little bit, but it was kind of that first modern carrier, and they converted it to the angled deck, I think, if I remember correctly. I'd like to go visit more ships. When I was in Massachusetts going to school, they had the one battleship there, as well as the, I think, Des Moines class. I can't remember which one. I should know these things. But they're all there. And I walked around on the destroyer that's in Boston Harbor. I can't remember which one that is, but it's sitting, it's berthed right next to the Constitution. That was fun to see. Those tin cans are, it's amazing that anybody lived in them effectively, because boy, they were so tight, but they still had several hundred people on board. And I was looking at the galley. It's like, how in the hell do you cook enough for 150 people? I mean, effectively, and you know, without causing them to have scurvy. And I'm not entirely sure how they did it, but it was yeah, tiny and cramped. I did watch the Greyhound the other night. That was a decent film. Nothing really truly spectacular. Will I get him? Let's see if he turns. But I thought it was an interesting representation of you know, warfare in the North Atlantic. I'll take 2 pence. I'll take 10k damage. That ain't bad. So that was really interesting. I thought that how they did that. I mean, characterization and story and whatnot, it was all a little lacking. Oh, just wasted an airplane. But in terms of, you know, historically, you know, kind of relevant, accurate, is that torpedo gonna reach me? No. Dude! Why do you have to turn that way? These guys are all trying to ruin my life and my game. If only people would cooperate with allowing themselves to get killed by me. Midway 1976 was the better film. I saw 2019 and it was a lot of flash. A lot of special effects. Not particularly great in story. I can't tell what he's doing, but he's gonna take a couple of from me if he knows what's good for him. 4 overpans. Go figure. Watch out, Bushin Rias. Oh, fires. That's rude. I'm not gonna burn down for you, dude. Chuck Heston was the bomb. He's the man. Let's try that. You're gonna bounce. I did not. Not by much. Yeah, there's weeboo in this game, which is interesting. I don't know what to think. But I've got my waifu pillow right next to me, so can't fault that. Yeah, I've the commander I have for this is part of that blue. I don't know what the hell they call that. ARP. And so it's interesting, to say the least. I'm kind of broadside to that Soviet Rosoya. This could hurt. Look, I'm on fire again. Cruel people. Don't they know that we're doing streaming now? It's illegal for me to get hit like this. Aimed a little forward. Yeah, I got real waifu upstairs, so it's not a brag. It's just, oh, why you gotta do that to me? At least I got a repair. Not fun. Yeah, damage, not great. Not great. I gotta do better. We have 2 caps. How can a Sashio get killed by a Fletcher? That just makes no sense. Bounce. Oh, why? Did the Bismarck just take a friendly fire? He did. Dude, he just rolled into that one. That was dumb. What can you do? All right, Lion, you're next. I'm not dead. Don't want to be dead. But this lion's gonna have a lot of fun because he's. Let's focus our secondaries. Dude, why are you making me turn? I swear on me, Mom. Lots of ricochets. That blows. That's okay, I got a lot of ricochets. He's not going to be able to do a whole lot to me. Especially since he's turning. Oh, oh, so sad. Secondaries! He's not going to be able to drop on me from that close. I mean, he can, but it's going to be all... fine, one. Am I beat up? What's wrong with you people? Tier 10. Gotta love it. I'm gonna get 2 more. Do I repair? Might as well. Wait, where did that come from? CPU, GPU, RAM, flame per second? Huh. Yeah, the I've been on the Constitution in Boston, but yeah, it's neat to see that stuff. I mean, that was some hard living dudes, sailors back in the day. Can I get him? No, he's moving away. Hidden. Dangerous. $32 stinking gigs, and I play Warships that takes up less than 10 gigs of memory. I'm weak. GPU is hardly even pushed. CPU, 20%? Seriously? Boy, we're kind of getting a little whooped. I'm a little disappointed. I gotta get... Jean Bart is rough head on. From the side, easy. Head on, a little rough. Oh, that guy's gonna torpedo him pretty good. That's good. This is nice. Nice spread. There, Bubba. Bing, bing. Oh, hey. Maybe I can get a cheap kill. Oh, I can get a cheap kill. Let me tell you, that's all I want in life. No Midway. Lame. Yeah, I don't know how I turned on the, can you guys see the frames per second and CPU, GPU, and RAM up top? I don't know how I turned that crap on. It's because I'm a hardware reviewer, so it means that I'm a moron. I'll have to look it up. Google's my friend. Yeah, the bad thing about the Russian battleships is they can't shoot very far. I mean, the stock, this ship is like 18 kilometers, I think. And enhanced is 19.4. It's not real far, but there are a little bit of bruisers when it comes to that. Yeah, Yugumo's gonna get yagged. Sorry, buddy. But I'll do this, and I'll help you as much as I can. Well, too late. What it is, brother. What it is. Check, 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 check. At least I'm shooting down some stuff. That's all that matters. Yeah, it's pretty much over except the crying. Yeah, it's a fun game. I mean, it's like Counter-Strike back in the day, except that you don't have to be as twitchy, and there's some surprisingly mature gamers playing this, like 70 and 80-year-old guys. And so that's kind of cool. You talk with them every once in a while. And you know, it's just, you know, it's a slower type burn. And you know, there's a lot more strategy involved with how you angle, where you go, where you expose yourself, who you try to, you know, mess with. And it's you know, it's pleasant. And if people aren't complaining about wargaming, they're just not happy. Oh, come on. I was supposed to hit him. I saw it. It was going to be multiple citadels and devastating strike. Sadly, that was not the case. So anyhow, hour's up. Got things done. Talked about AMD. We'll thanks, Woot. We'll probably have podcast tomorrow. God, I did crappy. I was out of the fight for too long. But yeah, podcast gonna be good to go probably tomorrow. Jim won't be involved except in the background. He's got an autoimmune thing that just is awful, and so it's beating him up right now. And we're just, you know, hoping and praying that things will work out there and he'll get better. He's been fighting the good fight for a long time. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and thanks for joining me. I think 14 was the highest amount of people that have ever showed up for this damn thing. So yeah, go you guys. Thanks, appreciate it. Anyway, yes, Dongle, you missed much AMD talking, but we'll talk about a lot of that tomorrow. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining, and we'll see you then. I think this stream will be available for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So if you do want to see and listen to that Dongle Knocker, just rewatch it once it becomes available again. We'll talk to you guys later.